What's up, fam? Welcome to another episode of Let Us Speak Truth. I'm your host, Nick. We got the panel on here. Today's topic is going to be losing yourself behind someone, how to find yourself within or without a relationship. Have y'all ever lost yourself behind somebody?
I think everybody has. For me, I was always trying to figure it out, like, because by nature I'm a giver. Like, if you say, hey, I need blah blah blah, if I got it, I just give it to you. It don't matter who it is. But you have to set limits for what you'll give, because takers never do. And that's what I had to learn in dealing with certain people, was that you have to set boundaries with people, because I would give just for the hell of it, but right. Yeah, people who take, they're gonna keep taking.
That's true. And to piggyback off of what Tootie says, a lot of people do not prioritize themselves. They put more emphasis on that person or persons, which causes them to become complacent and discombobulated, and they end up losing their autonomy.
Right. Yeah. Trav, Lanita.
I have lost myself within someone, and the journey to figuring out who you are as an individual and not who you are as a mother or as a wife, that's a difficult journey to start. So, and I'm still on that journey. So,
right. Trav, do you think men can lose themselves behind a relationship? Why do you think like that? Why?
Because we're just not hardwired that way. You can be into it, but if you're protecting and providing, like I always say, I don't really think you're losing yourself. You're doing your job. With that being said, you ladies were saying you've done that. I think you were doing what you were supposed to do in those relationships, because if you're with a real man, you should be completely absorbed by him anyway.
The fuck? Are you serious?
What? Yeah.
Let me go. Tanya, I gotta get him. I'm about to do it.
Go ahead,
Travis. You mean to tell me, and you saying this with a straight face, that if a man is protecting and providing for you from this 14-year-old boy that we've talked about several times,
that's right,
that you're supposed to be completely absorbed with him, and he's supposed to be your everything?
Yeah, that's what you put here for.
Are you serious? Do you really mean that?
That's what your job is.
Well, you are out of your fragmented mind. Well, let me tell you something. Ain't no woman with good sense, let me say that, because somebody will. I ain't one of them, and I think I'm pretty logical. Ain't no woman with good sense gonna do that with you. You gonna be my everything because you paid the light bill and the rent. That's what you're supposed to do. But I wish the hell I would not be me.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not.
See, that's what it sounded like you said. Explain.
I didn't tell you not to be yourself.
No, you said I'm supposed to be absorbed by you.
Absorbed, yes, by me.
Continue. Finish. I want you to explain that, because I'm so interested. That's some bullshit.
Okay. So
that sounds like bullshit. Let me see where you go.
Okay. So let's say, Tootie, I come to you and I say, hey babe, we're moving forward in life. I want us to progress. That means property, future, spiritual, all that. And I got a direction I want to go. And I'm gonna ask you about that direction. If you hunt your shoulders and say, I don't know, I'm going that way, whichever way that is to lead us. So I need your help. You are a helpmate, and I want you to be absorbed by what I am doing, which is going to benefit you, not me. I can get another chick to get on this train and do what I'm telling her to do. So I'm giving you the opportunity.
That's not doing me a favor. So, okay. So no, hear me out.
Or you can stay in your meager life and do what you're doing or get with me.
Wow.
Oh, so in my meager life, that's what I'm doing?
I didn't say you in particular. I'm just saying a woman.
No, what I'm saying is, Travis, you need to be making like 7 damn figures for you to talk the shit that you talk. Because in reality, let me finish. Let me finish. If you're going to be with a woman who you expect to completely absorb you all day, every day, nigga, I'm at some point, a logical person gonna get sick of your ass in real life. I know I am. I'm conditional like a motherfucker. So with that being said, I'm well aware of who I am, and I can meet you. I can work with you. I think it could happen. But in the same space, if you're supposed to be my all day, every day, I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't see it. Maybe because I'm an ambitious woman, I'm on my shit.
I don't want you to stop
at
your
what I'm
ambition.
doing.
I'm not
And
asking you to
so-
put your ambition off.
Well, that's what it sounds like. It sounds
No.
like you're saying,
No.
I need you to, I'm gonna be the head, I need you to be the neck, and whatever the hell I'm doing, even if you don't agree with it. That's what it sounds like.
No. I said as my co-pilot, I want to know what you feel, what you think, what you got going on. I want to hear it.
And listen, Trev,
But does it matter if
what if-
she's
I'm sorry, hold on one second. What if she agreed with you and she moved with you and she rolled with you, and then one day you did some dirt, or you were tired of the girl, or she got tired of you and you left her, and now she's out there with you, running behind you without no future or no nothing behind, no nothing left. So why would men want women to just absorb under them? Like, do what I say. And this is how.
Okay, so in my case, if you're with me and you're my wife, you would have to divorce me, because I'm never gonna go in that courtroom against you under no circumstances. So I look at it a little
You
bit
know,
different.
you stand to lose more.
That too, but I also look at it different as I've gotten older. Like, I take those vows seriously. Like, if I say it, because it's a third party in there, that's a high being. So I'm saying, if we in it to win it. So when I go to work, I'm not going for me. When I go take care of business, I'm not going for me, I'm going for us. I look at it a little bit differently than most dudes do. I would rather us tie our finances together. So, I want you to know where your dollar's at, what we doing. I ain't gonna do nothing and you ain't gonna know about it. I ain't gonna be no hidden accounts, none of that. Us all open. I'm all in. So I'm mainly concerned about you. So if that constitutes me being lost in our relationship, then I guess that is saying I'm lost in it. But I'm in it with you. I don't care what it is. You gotta go to the doctor. Your lip hurting, your big toe hurting, whatever it is, we're gonna make it right. So that's why I said you got that. If I'm all in with you, you're gonna be absorbed by what we doing, what I'm doing, and what we doing. 100%.
Are you absorbed at the same time?
If not, and I'll say this, then go back to your meager life and live that life. Eat your nuts and look out the window, and did you just shoot a bird?
I did. I got
Okay.
two.
I mean, I'm
listening though. I hear you.
Yeah.
Put your nuts.
So go ahead and do your thing. I don't want you to cut off your dreams. If you got something you want to do, talk to me about it. Let's do it. If it don't make sense, I'm gonna say that.
So you're okay with being supportive of your mate.
Yeah.
Okay, but does that support come with you needing to lead, even if you're uncomfortable in that space? Do you still feel like if you don't know enough about whatever it is she's pursuing?
Give me the scenario too, and I'm listening.
Okay, let's say she decides she gets offered a position as a producer of a TV show.
Okay.
And it requires both of you to uproot and move for her to get this job.
Okay.
Now you're comfortable in what you do.
Right.
But you have to start over. You have to move, you have to start over. And she's going into a world that you know absolutely nothing about, the behind the scenes stuff.
Okay.
Okay. Are you okay with moving yourself, allowing her to chase this dream? Or does she not need to pursue this dream because you have to keep what you have?
As long as it doesn't cost us our family, I'm all in, because what I do for a living, I can go do anywhere in the United States. So, but if it's gonna cost us our family, it ain't worth it, because if it's gonna cost our family, I ain't gonna do it.
So when you say cost your family, what are you exactly saying?
Okay, so let's say, Tanya, me and you, we deal, and you say they're gonna give me a position in Milwaukee. Well, I can do my job in Milwaukee. That's not an issue. But if that job takes you away from everything that we're doing, because the marriage and the family comes before finances. For me, faith, the marriage comes before kids to me. The marriage does, because the kids are a product. They're a product of that. And then one day them kids gonna go off and they're gonna marry somebody, and it's just gonna be you and them sitting looking again. So if it's gonna cost us our family, then no, I ain't with it. See, I've chased money for years in what I do. So now, not that I'm rich or anything like that, but I just look at it differently. I'd rather have the family over the finances, because that's forever for me. Money come and go. You have points where it's up here, something go on, drop a little bit, whatever, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the family is more important than anything to me. I don't care about the other stuff.
So did you learn that in divorce? Because I remember the last conversation we had, you said you tried to give her money and she didn't want it. She just wanted it to be over. Is that what brought you to this mindset?
I would say, yeah. I mean, but me, like as a dad, like most times the kids are with the mother. And I actually got my oldest daughter living with me. So, I miss my other two girls dearly. So, and I've had waves of big money during the divorce, whether it was selling properties or whatever. So now I look at it like, yeah, I got some bread, I got jewelry, I got cars, I got a retirement, I got all that, but I still miss my kids. So now I know completely different. Like getting lost in all that other shit ain't really important. I'll take 100 times over 100 times getting lost in my family. So that when I say that, Tootie, when I say absorbed, I'm gonna be all in. I'm gonna be all in. When I say all in,
I see where you at now.
Yeah, when I'm saying I'm all in, if let's say your mother need, you know what I'm saying, need some if you say, I'll give you a fine example. Let's say, God forbid, you had a relative that was sick and they weren't feeling good and we were out. Like, I probably would be like, hey, let's go by there tonight because tomorrow ain't promised. I think a lot differently about all of it now. So yeah, the money is good, but if two
So
people,
you value people over finances now, more so.
100%. So that's why I say I'm gonna ask you to be absorbed by me because I'm gonna be all in with you. Now, if you bring me some silly shit, no, I ain't doing that now. I ain't even gonna lie to you about that. You bring me some silly shit that don't add up.
I don't think so, but I think when you use the word absorb, it sounds like you need to be her everything, like no matter what. And to me, that's like placing you in a place where she has to adjust to continuously accommodate you. And I know we make accommodations in relationships, right? But if you are a person who it comes off, the word absorb comes off selfish. Let me say that. That's what I heard. And so listening to what you just explained, I get that, but you used a bad term for me.
So
absorb means to soak up, soak in, right?
So let me ask you this. I'm glad you said that.
So if there's so let's say you're a bucket of water. Mm-hmm. And all she can do is sit in this bucket of water, but she never gets to clean. Is that really worth her being there? You see what I'm saying? Like, is she really serving her purpose? If you're a bucket of water and she's soaking you in, absorbing you, but she never gets to clean, that doesn't work for her. Because at some point she's gonna start molding and mildewing and get sitting in this damn water. See what I'm saying?
I get it.
If she doesn't get to do other things, and the word absorb, it seems selfish to me. But I'm a chef. I think in those terms also.
No. I'm glad you said that. And that's a point that I like to make. Like a lot of times, back to what the original question was, like getting lost. Like, that's such a direct term, lost in somebody. Because it sounds like ding, 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 you're absorbed with this person. And that's all that, I'm not doing nothing else. But the truth of the matter is, that's what happens in relationships. It's something gonna happen to where you're gonna be absorbed by that person, or lost in that person, or lost in the act of your family. And I'll say this again. I really don't care about anything but the outcomes. I don't care about all the other stuff. All I care about is the outcome of our family. If you're my woman, all I care about is the outcome.
When I say losing yourself, you're losing the sense of yourself.
You're saying as far as forgetting your dreams, forgetting what you wanted to do, right? Not having been like way too lax, and you are so busy trying to be with this person that you sacrifice sense, and you become some kind of flunky, if you will. for a
Why are you
person.
going-
That's your term, right?
Why are y'all going against what's natural in relationships?
Because
What's
it's
natural?
natural.
I don't
What's natural?
explain that. What do you mean?
Okay,
I mean,
so when I say that, if you meet a guy, you like him, you guys start kicking it, and he exhibits the qualities that you want in a man, you might get lost in that. Not lost, you might, let me say that, let me take lost out. You might gravitate to that. Why is that
and
bad?
that's fine. It's
Why is
not
that
because
bad?
because gravitating towards something and being lost is something that's completely different.
No,
Correct.
it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
No,
It's not. No, it's not.
To you, it's not. To a man, if you're in it, he's in it. I ain't talking about a guy, you his side chick. I'm gonna do playing with you. I'm trying to do in it. So he's going towards it, and he's gonna be 100% in it. And that's anything that comes in that. That's if your mother got to move in, if your uncle is in Florida and that was the person that you loved, or if something comes up, he's in it. So the verbiage that you all are looking at, although it might spike, that's how we feel. It's a little different. And I say absorbed, I say submissive, all that. But when I say those things, it's not for shock value. It's women prefer pretty lies. I ain't gonna tell you that. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I want. But in that, I'm gonna give back that tenfold, way more. I'm gonna give that back. So it don't work like that. Like I know what y'all saying, the tone and how I say it.
It's your verbiage. Like
Okay.
that's what I'm saying. Like when you explain when you use the word absorb, I completely understood you then, but I wouldn't have used the word absorb because to me, I told you how I think. So that's why I was like, ain't nobody gonna do that. But now I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. It sounds good. It makes sense. But
Okay, so let me
I
ask you this. Let me ask you this, Tootie. You're in a relationship with a dude.
Mhm.
You break your leg and it don't heal right. And it takes a year for you to heal. If you my lady, over the course of that year, I'm gonna be absorbed by making sure that you get back healthy. See, that don't bother me that you said, baby, I need you to be absorbed by this situation and get me straight. That don't bother me one bit. I got you. Because you my lady. I got you.
See, you've explained yourself. Now I see why you use the term. But at first, that didn't come out right. I'm being honest. Like that's not what I heard.
I said it directly.
The word.
I got you.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lanita.
I was just saying.
Go ahead.
No, I get where Tootie's coming from, and I get where you're coming from. I mean, it's explained that I understand. I understand it. I just think that when people get lost in each other, or when a person gets lost in one, because usually it's not two people getting lost in each other. It's usually one person getting lost in another person, and it's not reciprocated on the way back. And that's why one person feels lost, or
Like
they've given up so much because they ended up somewhere in the relationship, something shifted to where one person's walking on eggshells, and then they start to conform into what the other person needs or the other person wants to make sure that that person's happy, to avoid arguments or whatever. And then when they realize when they realized what works that avoids toxicity, then they start to mold themselves into this person that is not necessarily them, just to keep peace. And then they're like, oh, I got peace because this is what I'm doing, not realizing that they have lost themselves because they're creating peace for someone else. One thing is when another person is doing something for themselves, and the person that they were in the relationship with is not lost in them, that person doesn't typically support them in a way that the other person that got lost in them would support that person. Did that make sense? So what's up, Trav?
Ladies, y'all are fucking with the natural roles. The reason that it goes that way, you're supposed to be his piece and he's supposed to be your protector and provider. You still fucking with the roles again. So when I say it, y'all like, oh, he's saying that, or he's saying, listen, I'm supposed to give my life for you if something go on. If we're in a situation where somebody does something to you, I'm supposed to be willing to give you my life if you're my lady. You're supposed to be my peace. So therefore, I'm focused on my purpose and the purpose of us. I care about the outcomes. You all keep talking about getting lost. No, you supposed to get lost in what y'all doing. You took his last name. You're supposed to get lost in that. He's supposed to be worried about, I gotta make sure we okay. What the hell what y'all talking about? Are you confused?
You're so
You know what? Let me say something. You know, with Travis got this one-sided mentality bullshit going on. You know, and it's always I, and he don't use the word we. That's the confusing part. But also, too, he has his demeanor as if it's nature for women to fall right on in line. This ain't a damn movie, Travis.
You sure?
Nobody's doing that shit. This ain't a damn movie.
What time? Can I ask you a quick question?
Yes.
What's the major highway out there where you at?
435.
435. We on 435. We just came back from a party, right?
Mm-hmm.
The tire blow out. Who gonna get out and fix it? Me or you?
AAA.
You ain't
Yeah, AAA.
gonna. Again, who gonna get out and fix it? Me or you?
You know what? Let me say this. Let me say this.
No. I answer your questions, darling, and please
Well,
answer mine.
hopefully, you've been a gentleman. You would do that, but don't get it confused that I don't know how to change a tire because a sister do know how to change a tire.
That's the problem.
I understand you're not asking me to do it, but you're not going to keep me in this little box where I don't know what I'm doing. That just in case you leave my butt, I don't know how to change a tire. Trust and believe me, we're both going to have.
Didn't I tell you if you do your job, I ain't gonna leave you?
Well, see, this is the thing, Travis. I think
Huh?
you're.
Kick them
I
heels
think.
up and keep your mouth shut.
Wait a second.
You're asking in trouble.
Yes,
Just how them birds be flying around my living room.
Travis, you're changing the topic because
I'm sorry.
You're talking about roles, and we're talking about. Yes, you're talking about a natural role of things because your mindset almost is like that old school saying, a woman is to be submissive. I believe in a woman being submissive, but you're like, okay, a woman should be submissive, the barefoot and pregnant, the man works, the woman stays home, she takes care of the kids, she cooks, she cleans while you protect and provide. That's kind of what you're saying.
But our marriage rate was higher when that was going on.
I mean, I
But
get that,
had
but
women
we're
that
talking
work,
about,
and they needed this man that got them knocked up. That's
but we're talking about when two people are in a relationship together and one person is getting lost in another person based on not even the roles. It's just one person. It may be one person actually loves the other person more or loves past the other person's flaws, and the other person is like, take me as I am, but I'm not going to take you as you are. The other person typically conforms for another person in order to make the other person happy, and the other person that they're making happy does not do the same for the other person.
Make them
so
happy.
The other person is getting lost in the relationship, trying to continuously please this person over and over and over again. That's what we're talking about. It doesn't have anything to do with the roles that are played.
Make you happy or make the marriage work or the family work. So I'm gonna keep saying it.
All of the above. Make happy, make the marriage work, make the family work. Doing everything that I'm not gonna say guys get lost in women. I do believe that it does happen, but I also believe that women actually do more for men than a man does. I'm talking about emotionally. I'm not getting lost is more than
you're
men.
You're an emotional
I personally don't think the men so much get lost in the woman. I think they're lost after the fact. After the woman is fed up and done, that's when the men are like, oh shit.
Damn it. Yeah. I agree with that.
I can connect the dots with that, Nate. I can connect the dots. Like
I do.
You really, as a man, once a relationship is over, it'll let you know how much you really cared about that woman, or if you really didn't care at all. You know, but we're different because we can be physical with a woman and never know our last name. If you guys start dealing with a guy, you're gonna know everything about him, everything. And that's just the difference with us. So we'll never know your last name and sleep with you for 100 years.
Right.
So,
So for the women on here, because Travis never lost himself in a relationship. So for the women on here, what are the starting points of finding yourself once you got lost and you realize that you got lost in it? How do you find yourself again?
Close your legs.
What
got
if
Baby,
that
let me
right.
tell you something.
You
I
got
was
that right,
dealing with
because you're
this
gonna get the
dude.
hell on.
Baby, let me tell you something.
You right.
I knew he wasn't shit, but he could put that thing down and I be forgetting what I was mad about. I'm like, you know how that girl was an idiot on Baby Boy in my 20s, like coming out her age? Oh, I was dick dumb, baby. That baby had that thing, baby. You hear me? So the first thing I had to do when I made my mind about I was sick of this and that shit, close my legs. First thing
So
we got to do.
so Tootie, you have ran into a ding-a-lingsman before.
Oh, Dick Smith, yes.
Yes, that's motherfucker. That is that cocksmith dangerous, ain't he, Tootie?
Boy. You hear me? My baby
That
had pop.
motherfucker ain't no blacksmith. He a
That
cocksmith.
baby
That's the
had some
difference.
thunder. You hear me? I'm like, I'm for real, because I was telling my mama, I said, I know he ain't shit. I know he ain't good for me. I got to figure this out. She said, you gonna have to close your legs. I said, well, I don't think we got to go that far yet. I wasn't ready to give it up.
right.
I wasn't ready to give it up, baby. That boy had that thunder.
Tootie, what are you doing now?
I don't ask. I don't want to know. But I know he over there making somebody happy.
Oh,
If this penis still works, by golly, it's somebody clapping and skipping around in circles. I know it. I was one of them at one point in my life.
and what would you say, Con?
You know, there's therapeutic ways to kind of help, you to recover. Self-help groups, self-help healing, books, poems, music, certain things like that, to delve into, to gain your anonymity back, and then I piggyback off of Tootie, close them legs.
Yes. Yes. Nita.
Hobbies.
What you say?
You don't believe that. You didn't say it like you meant it. Find a hobby.
hobby?
You didn't mean it.
Find a hobby.
I mean, really, like it.
She's gonna be a fingernail designer. Her ass trying to figure out.
No, like seriously, like I know I like to garden. So I started getting back into gardening. I know I did not know that I liked doing crafts, and I started making things. So filling your time up with things that really fulfill you. The hardest thing to do when you're trying to get back to you is facing your true fear. And facing your fear sometimes is facing who you really are. And one thing I learned is, I think, and I'm just being 100% transparent right now, is a certain person told me to journal, like start writing stuff down. And I was like, dang, man, I got to start writing this stuff down. And I procrastinated about it for a really long time. I procrastinated about it. And to be honest with you guys and people watching, is I procrastinated about it because writing my truth down and then reading it is my fear.
Because you don't want to find out.
Because I don't want to find out. And it's something that I already know, but writing it and reading it and knowing that it came from you, that's the scary part for me, because I know, but
what about a year later and you go back to that journal?
That's the scary part.
But you could be like,
you grow and you can see where you grow, right? You can see where you're growing, but the scary part is the facing it. So I honestly think definitely journaling to get back to who you are, who you truly are. And then getting things that you like to do, whether, like for me, is listening to music, upbeat music, my gospel music, listening to my sermons, and like I said, gardening and crafting. But
Right.
I have 3 girls, and one thing that I'm instilling in them is to make sure that they don't make the same mistakes that I made. I can't make sure of that, but I can put these markers out there. So therefore they know value. They know when they're welcome. They know these things. So when they enter into relationships, they already have an inkling like, okay, well, wait a second. Because I didn't have that. My parents were married before I was born and they're married now. They've never gotten divorced.
Do you have any siblings?
I have 3 sisters. I don't have any brothers.
Okay.
And they're married as well. So no one really like in my circle has dealt with what I've dealt with. So sitting down and really writing is key too.
Right. What were you gonna say, Trav?
I was gonna say, you ladies, I really enjoy when you all give your opinions on things. But what do you do when it's 2:45 in the morning and your ass get hot and you want love from somebody else outside of your own hands? You want to be
I
with
take
somebody.
an Advil PM and I go back to sleep.
It's gonna come back though. So
Mhm.
I'm talking about that wild hair. So what I'm saying is that sounds good, but I mean nothing but time is the only thing that's gonna help you in those situations. That's it.
But here's the thing: what if you lose yourself within your relationship, but you're still with that person? How do you find yourself still being with that person? Do you?
Oh, that's some real modern woman shit you just said right there. Because
Oh, hell.
That
now,
happen?
now you with this motherfucker, but you really want to leave, but you gotta stay. That's a whole lot of bullshit,
But
right
why
there.
do you have to stay, Trav?
Huh?
Why do you have to stay?
Well, I'm gonna use the people down here in Atlanta, Georgia Power, the gas, scanner, lights, food, gas, water, all that shit really count. You can talk that good shit, but when you sitting there and you start off by yourself and the echo of nothing is, and then you got to deal with men that because you're gonna deal with somebody. Stop the bullshit.
Oh, absolutely.
So you say, okay, and then you go back and you leave one situation, and then they tell you ladies to do silly shit like, oh, you got to get uncomfortable to get back comfortable. Well, you got to go through a whole getting skint up to get back comfortable. That's a bunch of bullshit too. Stay with
Well,
you got.
I don't think
People.
that phrase means that you gotta like go get uncomfortable. I see what you're saying, and yeah, it do sound kind
No,
of
that's the
funky.
shit y'all
Like
say.
I don't say that.
Not
I've
you.
heard the term you have to have uncomfortable conversations. You have
That's
to have
true.
uncomfortable conversations to, to get to resolve or to get to some solutions, but I haven't heard that term.
No, I've heard
Yeah,
these.
because I'm thinking when they say that they mean growth is uncomfortable, not necessarily that you got to go take yourself to a place that you just like, how the hell did I get here? I don't think that that's what they're saying. Like, go walk into some bullshit. That ain't what it means.
Can I ask y'all a question though? Like the ladies,
Mhm.
and you all may not have ever done this, but I just want to know. And it's not off the topic, but a little whatever.
Mhm.
If you're in a situation and you dissolve a relationship because, like you said, you've lost yourself, so to speak, and you want to find yourself, and you leave that, but you go get in another relationship that you have no, I want to say control, but you don't have any leverage in. How is that a good thing when you've lost yourself? What how does
What time frame? What was the time frame from the divorce to the current?
a year?
She's still lost.
She's still lost.
Okay, good answer.
She's still lost. She hasn't found herself yet. I will tell you, there's some of the things that I read, y'all. And me, I got to research and read. So there are a few starting points of finding yourself. You make time for yourself, your passions, and your interests, which that's one thing Lanita said. You do the inner work to learn who you are, what you believe in, and what you want out of life. Know your personal boundaries and needs. Validate your own feelings and emotions. Maintain your friendships. Prioritize you time, passion projects, and hobbies. Be willing to risk rejection for what's important to you. And if you're still with that mate, learn how to embrace healthy conflict.
That's one of the biggest things right there. Healthy conflict. Like a lot of people are afraid to have those conversations with each other. I mean, big time. It should be to the point I can tell you, I don't like your hair. I don't like something you cook, and you not get offended by it. And on the flip side, it should be the way you could tell me if it's something sexually I'm doing you don't like. You could tell me, and I don't get offended. Because if the end goal is for us to be together, then all the other shit don't matter.
Right.
If the end goal is that for us to be together, you know, that's how I feel.
And honest.
Yeah, because if you with somebody who keeps telling you that you perfect, then you with a liar.
Yeah, because they know.
I mean, I'm in the 89 percentile to this.
Oh hell, here we go.
Here we go.
Come back, come. I was going to get that.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
That bird, baby, was getting loose. I had to go get it.
Oh my goodness.
89 percentile. I'm so sick of your ass.
I'm just saying, like, you know.
All right, MC Brains, I heard you.
Right. Oh, I took that picture. I'm gonna post that too on MC Brains and Trav. But anyway, y'all, yeah, this is a good topic. And what would you say to somebody who, let's say you have a girlfriend or a guy friend that just came to you and was just like, I love him or I love her, but I just don't know what to do. Like, I'm miserable.
You know what, y'all? I take that back. When you play the role of a beta male, you are getting lost in a relationship, because if you're in a situation where everything that Sheila says is right, you're lost. So yeah, I take that back. I just thought about it. I had time to think about it. If you're one of those men that goes along with everything that your woman says just to keep the peace, and you're afraid she won't have sex with you, then yes, you're lost. And you are playing a role that she's gonna, and then the bad part is you're so lost that once you get tired of your weak ass, she's gonna leave you. So that works.
When she gets high, dragging your ass by the nostrils,
Why
leave you on the sidewalk.
Yeah, I like that, Tootie. She gonna put both of your fingers in your nose and drag you forward. And when she get tired of you, that other dude that won't do all the shit you're doing, she's gonna marry him and she's gonna be with him, and your ass gonna be looking silly. So that's cool. So ladies, you're right. There's a lot of lost ass men because playing beta role is pandering and losing.
Well, the thing is, I don't think some of them are playing. I think some of them just are. So you're saying playing a beta role? I don't think they're playing. I think they really are in certain situations.
Well, also this, Tootie, when you don't have the ability to get women and you feel like I got to hold this woman because I might not get another one, then that's a form of beta.
But what happens if you have a man that just gets whatever woman that they just got women in their pockets?
I mean,
that's supposed to be an alpha because he's sleeping with everybody?
No, you need to turn your job and do your job as a woman.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. That's not, wait a second.
I'm getting mine now, Trav.
No, because I'm gonna tell you, you can have a man that calls and he says that, hey, I had a long day at work, and you will meet him at the front door with his favorite drink and giving him some loving. And that's still, and you're doing this twice a day, 6 days a week, and that guy still may be out cheating.
But I mean, that boy hard
or
big
got
as
people in their pockets, huh?
I mean, that boy hard big as Texas. You didn't have enough love to give him. His heart is bigger than what you can give.
Travis, I ain't never want to throw a can to hit somebody in the face, but I want to knock your ass out right there. I want a can of tomato paste and lay your ass on the ground. I'm so irritated with you.
My heart big as a Texas preacher, so I mean, what you want me to do?
That's how much you done made me mad.
What you want me to do? I'm like a Texas preacher, so what you want me to do? I'm saying no, but seriously, I'm saying yes. Ladies, there are some men that are gonna cheat regardless, but there's something you can curve that shit a lot if you're in a situation with a guy that wants that type of attention, but a lot of women feel like that's a job to give him that type of attention.
Okay, so and to a certain extent, I see what you're saying. But the thing is, if I can't do what I need to be doing because I got to be somewhere with my legs open, like hey, brother, it's not
Well,
working.
what's a healthy sex life? I mean, in the course of
Oh, I
7
don't have a
months.
problem getting it in, like, make twice a day some days, but I'm just
Well,
saying if that's always the focus.
if you keep him drained, then you ain't got to worry about him doing merch when he leaves.
Yeah, but I mean, I can't be keeping him drained and not doing what I need to be doing.
That's
Like,
your
let's
job.
say I'm in school and I need to be studying. I can't be over here going to work, screwing your brains out, trying to study and go to school. It ain't enough for all of that.
Tootie, you ain't got to do much. Sometimes
I'm a
just
superhero, but damn it, sometimes I can't get
Tootie,
holes in.
sometimes you ain't got to do all that. Just go in there and sit down on the ball head champ and get that over with and go back to studying.
Travis and his acidine ideals.
Because according to Travis, booty makes the world go round. That's all I'm saying.
Listening to the brother is hurt, y'all. Can y'all see that? He's suffering. He's suffering so bad.
That other men don't
Because
think
what
like
he says, what Travis says is so ass backwards. You know, it is so, he's looking for a damn slave.
God damn.
You're looking for a damn slave and a damn fool. That's what you're looking for.
A slave and a fool.
No, Nikki, hold on. A damn fool.
Slave.
And a damn fool.
Let me ask you a question, Tony.
Go, Travis. Ask me, please.
If I'm sitting in the kitchen, picture it, and you cook, right? And I take my knee, I take my hand like this, I slap my knee. What that mean?
It means that you about to go use the bathroom or something.
No, that means come sit your ass down on his knee. Come sit down. Tootie, I knew you had it in you. I knew you had it in you, Tootie. I knew you had it in you.
See,
that's like a dog. That's
when
like
you get a woman like myself, and when you slap yourself like that, you know what I mean? When you slap your legs like that, as an indicator as to come here.
Can you hear this, Tony? Can you hear this?
Ain't no dogs on here.
You ain't got to be no dog.
I don't see that. I don't see it like that.
It's a term. That's
you don't see it like what?
Like him slapping. And let me explain. When he slapped his knee and that's like, come over here. My grandmother didn't work. My grandpa would come home, sit at a chair at the end of the table, and she could be just getting through cooking. She would put his plate on the table. He'd slap his leg, and she would sit there on his lap, and they would just talk. So I don't see that as him calling you like a dog. No. That was a term of endearment for my grandparents.
That's a term of endearment because Tootie, I want to smell your breath. Tanya, I want to smell your breath.
Let me say this. It's the connotation that is put into. See that little smirk on his face and shit, and that little tongue that's coming out his mouth. He's putting it in a way like it's a demanding, a submissive type of thing. I get what the grandparents and stuff do because I think that is so cute. You know, when you have that understanding. But for Travis, his acidine ass, he's still here now.
No.
That means I didn't see that because Travis's parents are still married. That might have been something he saw his daddy do to his mom.
Tanya, you know what that means? Tanya, you know what that means? I've been thinking about you since 4 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. Come here, go. That's what that means.
Well, then no. Then you tell me that. You don't have to.
You gonna know that?
No, just tell me that in the romantic voice that you just put your voice in and tell me those things. Don't be slapping
tell you that.
But when you have a mentality like you and you start.
Girl, I'm gonna smell your hair. What you talking about? I want to smell you. See the smaller you. I want to see what you've been doing today. Come here.
Okay, y'all. We getting off topic. I love y'all. But my thing is communicate. Yes. Communicate. If you're feeling lost, tell your mate. Tell them somehow, some way. Some may write, I'm feeling this way. And if their rejection to it, if they do not have any compassion and they're just like, oh, sit down somewhere, you'll be all right. he ain't the one or she ain't the one because she's not listening to your feelings.
Yeah, if
Not
they're
listening.
dismissive.
But what if it's some bullshit, Nick?
What do you mean? If she's coming to you crying, telling you, or not even crying, just saying, you've noticed a difference in your mate for the last couple weeks, right? You notice a difference in her. So all of a sudden she comes to you and she says, I've been feeling this type of way for the last couple weeks. And you say, what are you feeling? You got everything. I take care of you. I do this. What are you tripping off of? Well, I'm tired of following your lead. I want to broaden my horizon. I want to do something.
You when you feel like that as a woman, you probably need to go to the end of your relationship because it's going to be over.
Well, that's not true because if a woman,
You cannot get 100 miles down the road and switch the game up. It don't work like that.
if a woman, well, it can't be, let's say it's not 100 miles down the road because now you're talking about people that are basically comfortable with the way it is. So let's say you guys get together and you guys are together for, let's say 5 years, 6 years, 10 years.
That's too long.
It's not too long. It's not too long because after some point, if you communicate that with that person and you're about to lose that person and they're coming to you first before you lose them, open your heart, open your mind.
You should let that person go.
No,
Seriously, you should let that person go.
I wouldn't say let them go. I don't
You don't
go.
think your dreams can change, Travis?
No, I don't mean that. I'm saying if we have a core, see, that's what I'm saying. You guys are thinking individually. And a lot of modern women say that. Me, what I'm doing, my independence, all those different things. I get that. Okay, do that. But you should do that alone.
You missed my question. You didn't answer my question. Continue.
No. I'm gonna answer it.
No, you said because if you switch the game 100 miles down the road. So let's say that you guys are married and you make a decision that she's gonna be a school teacher.
Right.
Okay. And you're still driving trucks, right?
Right.
So if she decides that she's tired of what she's going through at her job and she wants to pursue other avenues, that's a game changer for you?
No, not at all.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's
not like that. But if you
that's
say
what you said. So
no, that's not what I said. When you said game changer, when somebody says, "Hey, our marriage has been constructed or a relationship constructed this way," and then you say, "No, I want to do it completely different." That doesn't work.
No, not completely different. What if she's okay? Listen, what if you own a business and
Right.
she is helping you with your business the entire marriage, but it's not for like she doesn't want to do this. You have a whole group of employees. She does the books and she could do the books from home, right? You have all these employees. Now she's looking into, I want to do something that I like now. So let's say she wants to open a salon.
Okay.
Are you going to help her open that salon? Or are you going to say, no, you got to still do the books. I still need you here. Like,
no. You don't have to do the books, but your daddy should have sent you to school for your salon and all that. So go let him pay for that.
no, what if she has the money? She wants to pay for it herself.
Okay, go do that.
But are you going to leave her? Because
I'm not going to lead her. No, I'm not going to leave her. But if it doesn't work out, you can't come to me and say, hey, what happened? All that. I don't want to be a part. If I don't want to be a part of that, and I'm saying that's not the right move for us, and you say, I got some, it's the right move. It's the right move. Okay, go do it. I'm not going to stop you from that.
What's wrong with pleasing your wife with her dreams?
What's wrong with pleasing your husband and his dreams?
You already pleased him. You've done it.
Listen, ladies, your wants do not supersede the marriage. I'm sorry that modern society told you that. I don't give a fuck what you want when you split it like that. It's about us. If you come to me and talk about us, I'm listening. If you talk about you, get the hell on.
No,
you're gonna end up with a woman that's gonna smother your ass because you seem real selfish right now.
I'm not saying selfish. I don't care about what
you and I'm gonna use the
no, you're not listening. I'm never gonna come to you and talk about me. If I come to you, I'm talking about us.
Listen,
I got a different mindset.
I get that. What if she comes to you and she says, I want to do something that I've always wanted to do for us. So I want to open a salon and make money for our house, but it's something that I love to do. Will you support?
Yes. If she comes to me and that's the verbiage, without a doubt, I'm all in.
So it's all about verbiage. Ladies, gentlemen, listen, because the verbiage on this podcast today got all twisted up until people really listen. And on that note, we're going to end this podcast tonight. And until next time, One love. Subscribe to L.U.S.T. Let Us Speak Truth. Love y'all. And we're out of here.
Au revoir.